Yeah, down DSD, the DSD radio show yesterday. I had a great time on the show. Everyone should check it out. We talked about this erasure of black voters for Bernie. In particular, there is this perception or this narrative that there are no black voters for Bernie, and particularly no women of color voters for Bernie Sanders. Tell me more about, one, why you support Bernie Sanders, and two, how you've encountered this fiasco of a narrative.
I support Bernie. Okay, so originally it's just because he's from Brooklyn, like my dad and my grandparents, and like I got a rep for the hood. No, but seriously, looking at this election cycle, going into this election cycle, I was very kind of dejected. This would have been my first time going Green Party, more than likely, because there was no way I was voting for Hillary. I mean, I don't understand how all these staunch Obama supporters who remember 2008, the Clintons showed out so bad. Yeah. And so dishonest, with lack of integrity. I mean, there's YouTube video of Clyburn from South Carolina talking about how Bill Clinton cursed him out when she lost South Carolina. How do you deal with people? How do you respect people after that? So my dad was like, well, you know, Bernie is announcing that's most definitely happening. You should give him a closer look. Now, I was slightly familiar with Bernie Sanders, again, because my dad has followed him for a very long time. But I hadn't really, I've heard little things from here, but I sat down and I watched some videos and I read a couple articles and I was hooked. And then I started getting involved with some of the volunteer social media stuff with organizations like Women for Bernie 2016, and now I help with African Americans for Bernie, People of Color for Bernie, and some other groups. We have Black Burners. I got some flack from certain social media activists, some certain supposed the Black Voice of America. You know, I got some flack for the use of the term Black Burner, but people don't know burner is a term for Bernie supporters. I'm black, so I'm a Black burner. It's just that simple. But I mean, I'm here for the revolution. Like, I absolutely believe. I was raised by, you know, socially conscious Black people in New York City, and I mean, this is what people have been talking about. You know, we're talking about class warfare. I mean, we're talking about making sure the people have access to, you know, the tools and resources they need to make their lives better. I mean, when Bernie's talking about, I want to talk about poverty, and y'all talking to me about ISIS, like, I'm game. Like, I'm like, yes, this is what we've been talking about. Right. And when we look at all the issues that Black people, when you look at what Black people actually say matter to them as voters, we're talking about Social Security, we're talking about education, we're talking about you know, economic inequality. We're talking about criminal justice reform. When Hillary Clinton won, says the names, or I think it was, she said something about all those lost men to the criminal justice system. It just hurts my soul so bad. And we're so disingenuous. And people can say that, you know, those who are just like, oh, she's so great, she's done so much. I can't find anyone that can give me clear examples of exactly what the Clintons have done for us.
Oh, we lost you midstream, and that was such you. God, Douglas, it was so good. So Anoa, we lost you. So if you would just reset your signal and try to connect on the same link that I sent in. But what you were saying was 100% accurate. And actually, let me take it off your screen while you're frozen. It's 100% accurate. I've yet to find, you know, I'm with you. When she says all of those men lost to the criminal justice system, it should piss people off, particularly people of color, because she contributed to that. She actually set the tone, right? Bill Clinton signed it into law, but Hillary Clinton advocated for that. And so for me, it's like to hear her talk about that after the fact, after she's done the damage. That's I had a very bad analogy that I was going to use, but I'm going to leave it off the table and just keep it nice.
If you want, Ben, I can pick up where she left off, because it was the crime bill that did it. It was the welfare reform bill that did it. Is Hillary running around here saying that African Americans are super predators? I ain't forgot about that. I haven't forgot about none of those things that changed my neighborhood. It changed our community. This mandatory sentencing stuff that they did, man, they killed the African American family. And I'm going to just say it just like that. It was the family that was destroyed. You begin to take the father out of the household, and then all of a sudden you try to medicate the child with because he has ADHD and all these other issues, but yet and still all it is that that child is missing their parent. And all of a sudden, with the rise of incarceration of black men, the rise of medication of our children went up right with it. And I'm not saying this, I'm not against people getting psychological help. I am against you feeding our babies medicine that they don't need. And so, yes, I am upset and I am angry and I'm still pissed. And I'm like, look, it's Bernie or bust. I'm just going to put it out there. I know some people don't like it. Some of my ancestors hate it when we say how much they did for our vote. But the bottom line for me is that I'm no longer casting my vote for the better of two evils. That is not a vote at all. I don't know what we call that. We have to really do some soul searching on how we're going to place our ballots and our initiatives out there. And so for me, I just can't do it. I cannot vote for Hillary Clinton. I'm just going to put it out there like that.
Let me take a pause right here and try to get this connected back. We are connecting back to Spreaker. So Spreaker, we're live on the air. I want to welcome you back. We had a little technical difficulties, but thank you so much for your patience. We are broadcasting live during the Iowa caucuses, and we are giving live updates right now. Hillary Clinton is in the lead at 53%. Bernie Sanders is right behind her at 46%. And these numbers are based on entrance polls. This is not based on the actual caucuses yet. The actual caucuses are just beginning. Martin O'Malley is at 1%. I'll give you an update on the Republican totals later. Personally, I don't care whoever they bring. Bernie Sanders can definitely thump them really good. So I'm just going to be honest and transparent. I think everyone knows this about me. I have not been Bernie or bust. Matter of fact, I'm still not Bernie or bust. But the thing that is pushing me away from ever picking up a character on Twitter or a minute of my airtime to ever support somebody like Hillary Clinton is really her supporters more so than her. Because I understand who Hillary Clinton is. Just like I understood who Barack Obama was, right? I didn't drink the Kool-Aid, JP. I know you're gone, but I know you'll be back. I didn't drink the Kool-Aid because as I listened to him speak, I knew that Barack Obama was going to do triangulation. I knew that he was going to do everything he could to be a nice player and, try to be as work with them as much as possible because that's what he said. I knew, and matter of fact, I gave a speech right before the 2008 election, and I told the entire audience, I said, do not look for Barack Obama to fix your problems because he's not going to fix your problems. I said, you have a better chance to vote somebody to be your mayor who's going to fix something for you than you do voting for Barack Obama. And I I went and campaigned for Barack Obama, but I wanted the people to be very sober about who Barack Obama was. Now, coming full circle, I know exactly who Hillary Clinton is. I know that she is just right of center moderate. She is not a progressive. She's never been a progressive. She started off as a conservative, came to Arkansas, met up with Bill, whatever they met up at, and got married and got into Democratic politics and were blue dog Democrats at best. She spoke negatively about the black community. She called us super predators. She pushed this 1994 bill that really just eviscerated the black community. She helped gut the welfare reform, which was actually just gutting of the safety net. I know exactly who she is. She is a neoliberal, neoconservative status quo. She's going to do 95% of what a Jeb Bush would do. The only difference is that she will give some room, now that she's evolved, on social issues for LGBT rights. She'll put some justices on the board, on the Supreme Court, that are going to be a firewall against conservatism. She will do those things. But in terms of this economic revolution of actually trying to help the middle class and the poor, she is not going to do anything, as evidenced by this, continuing President Obama's policies. This article that's come out today that shows that Barack Obama just gutted even more of the food stamps. Now, coming full circle to why I would not help Hillary Clinton, it's not because of Hillary Clinton, because I know who Hillary Clinton is. Hillary Clinton is not capable of letting me down because I know exactly who the hell she is. prone to never help Hillary Clinton because her supporters are trying to redefine what progressivism is in order to justify their support of her. Instead of saying I'm going to vote for Hillary because I think she's an accomplished politician, I think she's a great potentially a great leader, and she's a moderate, and she's a woman, right? She might be a moderate, but she's our moderate. Right? She might be, just a little bit better than, say, a Mitt Romney, but she's our moderate. Instead of saying the truth, they're doing every dirty trick in the book to try to, one, redefine what progressivism is, and then two, to try to undermine Bernie Sanders, who is a true progressive, right? So they're running the race card on Bernie Sanders. Now he's a racist. They're running the misogynist card on him. Now he's a sexist. They're running the just every trick in the book that they can. And I'm like, you guys are not carrying yourselves any better than Tea Party Republicans. Why on earth would I want to do anything to help people like you get in power when you represent the exact same thing that we stand around here fighting against all day long? And so the more her supporters run their mouths, the more her supporters try to redefine what progressivism is, the more her supporters try to label Bernie Sanders as a racist when his past and his present, he is the strongest on issues for African Americans. By far, nobody's even close to where he stands on issues for African Americans, criminal justice reform. 9 out of the 10 of the Campaign Zero goals he is hitting versus Hillary Clinton's 6 out of 10. So they are trying to paint him to be something he's not, just so that they can get their girl into office, their woman into office. And I'm like, all you have to do for me is to be transparent and honest. And if you can't be honest, then I have no incentive whatsoever to ever try to write. I can't even bring myself, I can't even imagine right now writing a positive post about Hillary Clinton except for this: she's a moderate, but at least she's our moderate. That would be my headline. She's a moderate, but at least she's our moderate. I'm going to throw it to David. David, you've been sitting there for a minute, man. What's on your mind as we get some new data?